links and see if that's applicable to your topic. You can download the article. And here's a little life pro tip. When you find articles that you want to keep track of, you can use like open up an MS Word document, open up Notepad, open up an email to yourself, somewhere where you can just post, like paste the links in. Or you could even, if you want to use like a citation manager like Zotero or RefWorks, you could import the citations there. But do not copy this link up here. This this is a session specific link that will turn into garbage after a couple of hours. So if you copy and paste that into an email to yourself or Word or whatever, and then try to go back to it the next day, it's going to turn into an error message and you're going to be very sad. So what you need to do is go to this permalink, and it should open a link up here. Copy that, and then, for instance, I could just pop this into here, save my document, and then I would have that for later. And you could even use the cite function over here. And by the way, when you get to writing papers with a lot of sources, I would suggest using a bibliographic citation manager like RefWorks, Zotero, something like that, because it's just going to get out of control if you just cite these one at a time. There's better ways to do it. But if you only have a few sources, you can see if your citation style is here in this list, and I can copy this to my Word document. It didn't format 100%, but at least I have the information there. And you should always double check these citations, because remember, these are dumb programs, whether the citation's coming out of EBSCO or RefWorks, Zotero, whatever. If there's something weird in the data that it's pulling from, like a typo or like a subscript or superscript, somebody's email address, it's not going to know how to parse that out, and so it'll make it really messy. So you need to make sure that it didn't do anything weird. Check your citation style. Your professor will tell you what to use. And just make sure that it looks like it's supposed to, with parentheses, spacing, italics, period. Nothing, no weird numbers popped up in the middle of names, no email addresses, things like that. Because some professors will mark you down for that. So you gotta pay attention. Okay. So I'm going to go back. You can get really fancy with this type of searching. This and or and not is, it's called Boolean searching. You could even use not to exclude results. So maybe I decided I don't want anything that talks about science. This is just a hypothetical example. So our results go down. I could say science or math. And I'm slowly winnowing down, and I can add more and more boxes until I'm getting almost nothing, and then start taking them out. So research is an iterative process. You're going to be looking through things. You won't find the right article right away. And also sometimes you won't find the exact article that matches your idea. So you have to be willing to shift your idea, your arguments, your research question, whatever, to meet both what your professor is telling you to do for the assignment and also to meet the research, the papers that you are finding. Because it's possible that you're just not finding it, but it's also possible that the research doesn't exist and you don't have time to do that research on the block plan. You could save that for your thesis or graduate school or what have you. But if you can't find the research to support your argument or thesis, you're going to have to shift it some to meet the articles and other sources that you can find. So one other thing you should know about EBSCOHost is there's this choose databases. This choose databases function will show you all the many different databases that we have through EBSCO. You can see that education source and ERIC are checked here. These little bubbles will tell you what the databases are about. A really good companion database is PsycInfo, just like that. And once again, we can say show all, education source, ERIC, APA, PsycInfo. So we know we're searching all three databases. I'm just going to get rid of that. All right, so now we have lots and lots of results. Oh, see, our limiter disappeared. So I'm going to say 2010. I want scholarly journals. When we scroll down here, there's a lot of special fields coming from PsycInfo because it's a specialty database published by the American Psychological Association. I think that's what APA stands for. And you can see where our results are coming from. So 419 articles from ERIC, 411 from Education Source, 165 from APA PsycInfo. I clicked on that by accident, but that's fine. Now I'm just in APA PsycInfo. And if you look down here, you can actually choose empirical study as a methodology. And this should theoretically only be empirical articles, where the authors did their own research. But I'm going to click these back. The only issue is that the empirical, let me get rid of this too. Search again. If you click this, so see right now we have different sources coming from all three databases. If we click this, it's going to restrict it just to APA PsycInfo. And let me scroll down. I think if you looked at all of these, it's just coming from APA PsycInfo. And that's because this empirical study methodology feature here that is restricted to PsycInfo. So I would start off with ERIC and Education Source. And then, you know, if you're not finding what you're looking for, you could add APA PsycInfo to this. And you can also limit just to APA PsycInfo, but I wouldn't start out that way. I would start out with these two, and then you could broaden APA PsycInfo. And if your subject is interdisciplinary, maybe not necessary for this class, but you could also add in things like if it was a sports related one, you could search sports discuss with these other ones. There's a gender studies database. We've got music ones. We have all kinds of stuff that you could throw in the search. You can even search all of them at once, but then you're going to get a crazy amount of stuff. So start with education and then broaden out if you need to. That's about all I can remember to throw into this video, which is probably way too long already. So I'll cut off now. But if anybody needs help, please email me at diane.westerfield@coloradocollege.edu, or you can find me on the research guide. And just to refresh everybody how to get there, library homepage, it will default to one search. Click on research guide. So this is that sort of orangey CC gold. Go to subject guides, education, and we have find articles. And if you need statistics and data, there is a tab here, and you can explore some of these resources. These would probably be really good for undergraduate, or I'm sorry, for preschool through, you know, and then K through 12 type data. iPads, post-secondary, that means higher education. So if you're looking to do like, if you're trying to find data on college students, you know, undergraduates, graduates, etc. Okay, well, thank you. It's the end of the video.